Megan, there are young girls going around begging men for money. Why do you think that happens?
Well, I think it happens because sometimes the parents don't give their children enough money, so they feel like they have to go and get it, or if they want to be fired because they want certain things, and the parents like, well, you can't get that because I don't have enough money. They just go around begging people for money so they can get like the new phone or the new watch, what they want.
But there are dangers. Do you think they think about the dangers that would happen to them when they ask these men for money?
Well, as a child, we don't think about the dangers after they reach. Because right now, we just want that. Once we get it, we fine. But I do think there are dangers because strange men, they give them the money expecting something in return, and it'll cause problems. And that's why you see some children come home till 5 o'clock in the morning, or some of them will never come back home.
But it don't have to be a strange man. It could be somebody who you're familiar with.
That personally for me, if I need something, I'll ask my parents, and if I can't get it, then I just have to wait till I can get it.
Well, it sounds like you have a foundation going with your parents. You should, the girls that ask these, and if you know any of them, maybe you should give them some tips. You should tell them the dangers of how important not to ask men for money, because they would be asking them for they'd be asking them for favors. They won't come right out and ask for it. They'll make it seem like you owe me. They make it seem like you owe me. I did this, so you should do this for me, and then I would be pleased. And then the cycle just continues. Okay, you have to think about the dangers. You could tell your friends, whether they be male or female. You could tell them the dangers are out there. They read the newspaper, they talk to people, internet. Men will normally groom you. They would give you things that you want, but they want something from you, whether you're a male or a female. And they would make you feel so comfortable with them, you won't see it coming. And they would like take you somewhere, and then they would ask you for sexual favors. What would you do in that regard?
Well, I wouldn't be in that kind of situation. But say for instance, like my friend come to me and tell me she was in that kind of situation, I would tell her that she needs to get away. And if the person keeps harassing her and coming to her every day, she needs to find her parents or someone that's close to like her parents, someone she trusts, and tell them about it so that she can get help and the person could stop harassing her.
Well, there are many kind of help. They could ask their parents. They could tell their parents. There's the school counselors. There's your minister, your Sunday school, your Bible school teacher, maybe another grown-up or another teacher. But telling children, if you go to your friends and say, well, let's talk about it, you don't have all the answers. You're not mature enough to understand what the ramification is. So, and then they always have commercials where you go to the police and you could tell the police about it, and then that's where they would find this person and they would stop them. They would prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law, so that they wouldn't do it to somebody else. Because if it happened to you, it might have happened to somebody else. But most children are afraid to go and speak against a grown-up because they feel like grown-ups won't believe them. Think they crying wolf.
Some do, because when I was in primary school, we had an incident that if someone was picking on you and you went to go tell the teacher would just tell you to deal with your own problems.
Well, then there's always plan A, plan B, plan C. If you go to the first grown-up and they tell you deal with your own problems, then you know that that person do not have your best interest at heart. You move on until you find someone, because it always will be somebody that was willing to listen to you and help you.
So what happens, say, for the girl who went along for the ride, for the gifts and everything, and now the situation arises and the individual forces themselves on her. Who's at fault?
Well, both are kind of, because knowingly she didn't know that she's going to put herself in the position, but asking someone for money or items and thinking that, oh, he ain't asking nothing because he just gonna give me it because he like me or yada yada yada. Some people do want things back in return, so I wouldn't go with anybody and be like, oh, give me $1 and expect not for them wanting something else from me.
But see, the predators, as they are known, they groom you, they make you comfortable. It might be a year, it may be 2 years, it might be 6 months. You don't know. You will tell your friends, look, every time I go to XYZ, he gives me whatever I want. And if your friend tells you that, what do you tell your friend in that case?
Sooner or later he will want something in return, and are you sure you're ready to give up that?
But in your age, you don't have the authority to give that up.
Yeah.
No, you
I mean, yeah, we don't have the authority to give it up.
You have to be an adult, and if adults find themselves in that situation, then they go to the police, because nobody's supposed to force themselves on you.
But after she has been forced upon, and the person telling her, you know, that's what you did owe me, so I come to collect. What you crying for? Who is at fault?
The adult is at fault, because the child does not have the child does not have the authority to say, here I am, take me. The adult's supposed to know. If they want to help a child, they help them through the right channel, go through their parent, so they don't do it through the back door. Because some parents, if you do it through the back door, they mightn't see it as you trying to help the child, or they might think you're trying to do something else. So what you do, if a gentleman trying to help you out, you tell him, come and speak to your father.
What if you ain't got no daddy?
Well, you have another male authority, maybe a teacher, maybe a policeman, some youth group that you're in. You could go to them and say, well, Mr. X say he would like to help me accomplish my goal of higher learning, and let those two adults have the conversation, and then the help will come, but it'll come in the right way.